I think we're live. I think we're live on the camera on my phone. We're not live. We're not live on the regular channel, but we're live here. I think live 11-12 seconds. There we are. Let's see what happens here. Just went live. I'll just type this in. Just went live off of my phone on YOUTUBE. Just went live off my phone on TUBE. There it is. Bobby is here. Bobby's here. Wing Commander's here. Hey guys, Kelly's here. There you are. They say. You see, they're finding me. I can't hide from these people. They're like Putin. They track me down. Ricardo's here. Thank you all. Welcome everybody to the show. Bobby Exon. I'm number 1 on the thumbs up meter, by the way. I got 4 so far. This is awesome. Thank you guys. Wing Commander, Uncle Bruce in tall mode. Look at that. John Anderson. Hello everybody. How's it going, you guys? Welcome to the party. I don't know. The StreamYard thing is jammed up and it's not working, and I don't know quite what to do about it, so I'm just gonna leave it there hanging. Well, not much I can do. How you doing? Welcome to the party, everybody. Dean is here. White Feather's here. How's it going, guys? You're following me. Zed GME has a new 2025 option chain. I think you're right. That's right. I think I noticed that the other day, dude. Hey, Charlie. Hey, there he is. Flint Creek. Oh, geez. Hey, how's it going? John Malone is saying number 4. Hi on the side, number 46. I'm just I'm just gonna say to everybody over here, try to find me. Try to find me on YouTube. Try to find me on YouTube. Do a search for Uncle Bruce, and you should get a link. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, let's see if that works for everybody. There we go. Welcome everybody. Yeah, I guess GameStop has a new option chain now. Good till is it like June or something? 2025 or something like that. I'm just gonna look at it myself here. See what's going on. There we go. GameStop 17.26 in the pre-market, up 13 centinos. There you go. There we are. June 2025. Yep, there is a new series of contracts available for GameStop all the way out to June 2025. Yeah. Manager says, I'm number 50 on the thumbs up. Trying to contact Uncle Bruce to see why he is not on YouTube yet. Deep Value number 50 as well. Luca, well, I may connect later. My flight is about to take off. Right on, Luca. Thanks for saying hi to us, buddy. You have a great trip. I know you can't hear me. Maybe you'll find this later. I don't know. Welcome one and welcome all to the party, everyone. Welcome to Monday morning. Yeah, it looks like the $10 June 2025 contract for GameStop is $8.10 to $10.50 with a book value of $7.26. So, you get it around $8. That is a bargain of bargains till June of 2025. It's not quite, but close to 2 years. Keep writing and writing and writing. The 8s are $9.25. They're worth $9.26. So, yeah, the 8s are $9.25 to $12. So anything around that, it looks like one traded at $9.67. That's a deal. That was Friday. And then the 5s are $9.50 to $14 bid ask. They're worth $12.30. So if you can get them for $12-13, you are stealing $5 contracts. $13 contracts are $5.60 bid. They're worth $4.30, so you don't want to pay more than $4.75 for those if you can. And above that, they're too expensive. But hey, those contracts are alive. June 2025, so they're up and running. They're trading for GameStop. Interesting stuff. Yeah, those poor man covered call option writers out there who watch this show. You want to kind of keep that in the back of your mind if and when you're thinking of adding or, doing some new writes on your GameStops. You might shift from January's to June's down the road, acquire some, don't acquire any more January's, start buying June's instead, well, whatever. And then, right on those forever and ever and ever. Use them as a cash machine, an ATM to the markets. Absolutely. Manager. Okay, I found you, Uncle B. Omanaki, what's poppin', Jimbo? Hey, Luca, there you are. Hi, there we are. Luca found me. Luca's saying there's a link from where Bruce is doing this from. I don't know if I can even show that. But if anybody wants to find me, you might be able to find me on the air here. More and more are figuring it out and slowly coming around. There's only 40 people hanging around on the first link, and there are 67 here with 25 thumbs up. So how you guys doing? Welcome to the low tech, high resolution Uncle Bruce show. We got a curtain down behind us. It's kind of dark in here, but I do look fairly well lit with my friend. You want to try it, Andy? Give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Yeah, a little better background. Stop right there. We don't have any glare below me, which is better. I don't know if it's much better, but that's what I see. I'm going to try another experiment here. Just bear with me as I work this magical high-tech thing. I put my phone up a little bit more.
Now there's less of you and more just seeing.
Yeah, well, you see, if I could do it this way, I'd get much more. Let's just try one more thing. No, that's going to be too shaky. We can't do that. Too sketchy. See what I mean? Hang on. We're playing. I'm experimenting here with the positioning of the camera on my computer with this phone on a little box to give a better angle, so you can see more of me than just ceiling instead of me down here. It's not easy. There was a time being a YouTuber was. Actually, there never was a time being a YouTuber was easy. It was never ever easy. It's hard work. How you doing, all? Those of you who want to start your own YouTube channel, good luck to you. You only need to put in about 12 to 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. After that, it's a breeze. Absolutely nothing to it. How you guys doing? Nice to see you. Luca, gotta go. My flight is finally taking off. Right on, Luca. Beach Boy, it was better before. Benway, thank you for your work. Bagel Babe, I see you, Uncle Bruce. Lame Duck, put pants on, Uncle B. Lizzie, a bank holiday Monday meltdown for UK traffic control system. That's what I was saying. Benway dropped in to upvote. Thank you, my friend. A dude is in the house. Thanks, man. We got 38 thumbs ups going, and 80 people are here. The market opens up in about 40, 50 minutes or something like that. I was number 50 on the other link. Now I'm number 36 here, says manager. So you're moving up the charts there, manager. Way to go, pal. Thank you for those of you hitting the thumbs up button here and on the other one. I do appreciate it. The other show is on YouTube, but it's blank. It's black. Yeah, not doing great. The Trailer Show worked fine, says Bagel Babe. That's right. And Clay is saying the Uncle Bruce is doing a phone stream today. The stream is up. And Survey says everyone is on the secret stream. Bagel Babe, it's not just me, right? No one else can see him, right? It's not just me. Larry Tice, good morning all. Number 54, is something broken today? Oh yes, something is very broken today. It's a StreamYard connection issue. I didn't do it. I don't know why. It worked. StreamYard worked perfectly for the Gold Bagel member update show, but that's it. Anyway, welcome. Great to have you here. Jen and I are alive and well in London, in the UK, and we're enjoying it very much. I was able to get caffeine-free Diet Coke in cans here. Incredible. Not available anywhere in North America that I'm aware of, because in Calgary I couldn't find them. But you can find caffeine-free in the UK. Weird but true. We went yesterday to something really special. We went somewhere yesterday that really was special. Just give me a second. I'm going to try to find this thing. I think it's over in here. Yeah, it's right here. We went to the National Portrait Gallery here in the UK. And we went and saw an exhibit, and here it is right here. Can you see that okay? I hope it's not backwards for you guys, because it looks backwards to me when I look at it. Paul McCartney photographs, 1963-64. This is the Paul McCartney photograph exhibit that is now available for viewing, and there's one of the shots there. This is a series of photographs that depict the Beatles just before coming to America. This would be sort of in England, then to Paris, then to New York, then to Washington. They did a concert there. Then they went down to Miami and spent about a week there, or maybe more, 2 weeks. And then they worked their way back to New York and ultimately back to the UK. It was their first ever America trip. And so a lot of these photos are of the boys and lads, again, taken by Paul McCartney on his own camera. And these shots are from kind of the middle of the hurricane out. He's in the middle of the storm where it's calm with the three buddies of his and his managers, and then there's America going bonkers about the Beatles. And this is really a fantastic thing to come and see. Jen and I had told Jen before we got here, I said, I want to see this Paul McCartney exhibit, and it did not disappoint. So if you are a Beatles fan, you could come here to the UK and see this yourself, and or I think if you do a little bit of digging on the internet, you can order the book. There's a kind of a inch thick hardcover or softcover book available, I believe, of all of these photos and maybe more. I would highly recommend it. It is a fantastic. It's a walk down memory lane. For me, it's my childhood just coming at me because I was 8 or 9 when the Beatles were discovered, and I had a smile on my face for the entire 2.5 hours that Jen and I were in this thing. We didn't go. We were inside the National Portrait Museum, which is a humongous building in downtown London, right near Trafalgar Square, literally at Trafalgar Square. We went nowhere else. We came in the side door where you can come in for tickets and all that. We had our tickets prearranged for 10 to 10:30 in the morning to come in, and then we purchased our tickets to go into this particular exhibit because the rest of the gallery's free of charge, but the Paul McCartney special thing there's a charge for that, worth about £20 each, worth every penny, not a problem. And we spent 2.5 hours in there, and I loved every second of it. I had a smile on my face the whole time. I just absolutely loved it. There was a really neat series of displays, one of which was in a table where you look down. It's kind of like going to an Apple store and you look down at the merchandise under glass. They had in there a copy that they had made of a pay stub for Paul McCartney. And this is stuff this is what I live for, to see this kind of stuff, behind the scenes stuff. It was a pay stub for Paul McCartney, and I'm gonna guess it was a weekly pay stub. It was like this week's payout. And you don't think about this when you think about the Beatles and the music and all this stuff, but it listed the itinerary of the band from date so and so and where they were and what they did. And then it had a listing of the gigs that they performed. In other words, it showed where the money came from. And they did a series of shows, of concerts. And these were a number of one-nighters throughout England. £300 is what the band was getting. This is 1963 or so. £300. But there was also, I think, I'm not sure how this is connected, but there was some kind of a deal made by Brian Epstein for the band for a book to be published, like a photo kind of book to be done about the Beatles in 63 or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. You'll have to look this up yourself. Anyway, an advance was paid to the band, an advance, and it was £4,000 of an advance, and or more perhaps. And Paul's share was a certain amount of that, a quarter of the amount. And so it showed all the concert money that came in, and the advance from this book. And I don't know if there was any other money made. Tallied it up, divided it by 4. There was Paul's gross pay, less his share of expenses. And it showed the expenses of the hotels that they stayed at, the meals that they consumed, the airfare they paid to get to Paris and all this stuff. All that was itemized, and his share was itemized, and then it showed the net amount of money he got. And I can't remember exactly how it worked out, but I think it was something like his share of the gross was 1,300 pounds, and his net was 800 and something pounds for the week. I don't know if it had taxes deducted or anything else. I can't remember. Anyway, I saw that and I thought, wow, this is really cool. I just love this stuff. This is the meat and potatoes of how much money did these guys make in 1963. It doesn't show 64 and the Ed Sullivan Show money. This is not to do with any, like, making the movie Hard Day's Night or Help. This is just, it didn't show album royalties. This is just live performances. But this is pretty cool stuff. To get, just one thing that impressed me was he got paid 800 pounds for a week in 1963. Do you know how much money that is today in 2023? You got to multiply that by at least 15, maybe a factor of 20. We're talking 1963 here versus 2023. So 60 years of inflation, okay? I'm thinking it's at least 15 to 20,000 pounds today. That's the kind of check he got for 1 week's work before he became an international superstar. This was just on the way up. This was happening, man. This was happening. Fascinating. Anyway, there were so many behind the scenes photos, backstage photos, dressing room photos, in the hotel rooms, in the limos, pictures of the crowds reacting when they actually realized that this is the limo with the 4 lads in the limo from inside out. Oh, just incredible. The Miami photos were in color. The New York photos were in black and white. And it's amazing how we're so used to seeing black and white photos of the Beatles, and then we see the color photos, and they're 4 different people. It's amazing. Some of the Miami pictures of them hanging out at the beach and at the swimming pools and stuff, you can't tell it's 1964. The quality of the images are so well done, and the recreation of these photos from screenshots and everything else is so perfect. You're looking at this going, this is high def. This is like high def photographs from 1963. Incredible. 63, 64. Worth it. Really worth it. Anyway, I'm a Beatle nut, and I love that stuff. By the way, if Paul McCartney is watching, or anyone who knows Paul is watching, anytime you want to hang out and be a guest on the show, you're more than welcome to pop in and say hi to the folks. So would love to have you do that. You got something to plug? I'd be happy to help, spread the word. There's 116 people here now. Very influential market people here right now. 118 of them here right now. These are the winners of the stock market that hang out on this channel live Monday to Friday with Uncle Bruce. So love to welcome you, Paul. Anytime you want, you're more than welcome to pop by. Ringo, by the way, same to you, buddy. I'm not trying to ignore you. I know how busy you are with your gig and trying to get on the road with all your boys, and it's all right. It's all fine with me. Anyway, I love that exhibit. Thank you all for joining us today. Sorry about the technical issues. We're dead in the water here. We're on the air, but we're not on the air. How about that? Hang on one second. I just got to try to help someone here who's trying to catch up with us. Let's see here. Join us live as I type in a message on the other connection. Join us live on YouTube. Search for Uncle Bruce. Search for Uncle Bruce Live, and you should be able to find me now. Okay, let's see if that works. Hopefully that'll happen. Big B is trying to find me here. Hopefully Big B will track me down. Zach says phone broadcasting with Uncle Bruce. Manager would be great PR for SoFi if Paul McCartney could pick up a few million of SoFi himself. No kidding. That's a lot of dough, says Bagel Babe, wasn't it? That little thing about Paul making all that money. Yo, I saw caffeine free in cans here in Oklahoma, but it was only 2 cases. Isn't that amazing? Uncle Bruce, I read over the weekend Instacart is going public, pretty popular service in my small city. Yeah, I heard that last week too. I'm not, I'm certain that by the time it lists, you will not get the stock anywhere near what they were trying to issue it for, so don't even chase it. I mean, you're just going to get ripped off. But don't forget, this is the way Congress wants it. This is the way the Senate wants it. This is the way the SEC wants it. This is the way Wall Street wants it. This is the way it's done, where you, the average investor, will never, ever be able to buy any Instacart shares on the IPO. You will never be able to buy Instacart shares anywhere near the IPO price. You were never, ever given a chance to get involved in Instacart a year ago when it was pre-IPO and they were doing pre-IPO funding. You're not of that ilk. If you had connections with these large Wall Street firms, you would be allowed and be sitting on 5 or 10,000 shares of Instacart already through the prospectus. And the minute this stuff opens for trading, whenever that happens, and it opens at double or triple or quadruple the initial issue price, you can sell all you want and then take a private jet over here to London, come and join Jennifer and I at Harrods, where we were yesterday, and you can pick up your new dining room set that we saw in the dining room section of Harrods, where the table is $15,000. The table, and then pounds, and then 1,000 pounds per chair holds 12, and then the place settings another 25,000 pounds. And hey, if you've made a couple 100,000 pounds flipping Instacart in the first few hours, why not take a private jet and come on over here and have a good time? I mean, come on. It's all good times. It's all good. There's nothing to see here but wealth. Amazing. Thank you. Tony D, anybody here trading the Schwab's mobile app and like it? Good question. Thank you, everybody, for being here and hanging out with us. It's great to see you. One of my major credit cards offers a free year membership to Instacart, says Bagel Babe. How about that? Yes. M Manager says, we will buy Instacart when it is hyped up, and once we all gullibles buy in, and then we'll pull the rug and we will become the bag holders and we'll eventually have to sell it for a big loss. That's when you're allowed to buy Instacart, because you have to help people make the capital gains that they need to make to enable to hire and charter a private jet from New York to London with 5 of their closest, 10 of their closest friends, and stay at $1,000 a night. The Soho. Is that the name of that hotel? Soho? What's the name of that hotel? It's not the Soho.
I don't know.
There's the. When you watch that movie with Julia Roberts and the guy with the hair. What's that guy?
Notting Hill.
Notting Hill. What's the guy?
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant. She was staying at the nice hotel. That
Maybe
one.
the Ritz.
There's the Ritz,
Yeah.
and there was the.
In Soho, maybe.
Not the Soho. You remember the name of that hotel? Anyway, that's $1,000 a night. Soho House? No, Karim, that's not it. One of you will tell me. You know the movie Notting Hill. You know the hotel she was staying at. She was doing the press conference at that one hotel, and then he might be late for it. Tell me the name of that hotel. If there's any of you watching, it's 130 of you watching. The question is, are any of you paying attention? Or do any of you give a crap? There's that too, because, who gives a crap about what Bruce thinks about that hotel name? Can't remember the name of that hotel. It's right here in town in London. Very expensive. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. Thank you for ignoring me. We are right now ahead by 159 points on the Dow. Not bad. Hugh Grant is creepy, says Zach. As S&P is up 21 and Nasdaq is up 104 points. So the markets are improving going into the morning. We're getting better. Oil is up just 4 cents. Half a percentage point gain almost for the Dow and the S&P 500. 2/3 of a point gain for Nasdaq. Okay, there you go. A couple things I wanted to mention to you folks who are watching me now. 134 of you versus the folks who were watching me on the Gold Bagel Trade Alert show this morning. The markets, the NASDAQ had its best 6 months. The Savoy Hotel. Karim, special thank you to you. It's the Savoy, dear. The Savoy. She knows what she went. Oh, yeah, that's the one. Yeah. The Savoy. Thank you. The first 6 months of this year, the NASDAQ had its best run since 1983. A couple similarities. 1983, Ronald Reagan was president of the United States, which of course baffled Doc Brown in the movie Back to the Future. Who was the vice president? Jerry Lewis? Yes, Ronald Reagan was the president of the United States in 1983. A television and movie personality. Go figure. That would never happen again. This time around, with the NASDAQ having its best run since 1983, the president is Mr. Joe Biden, which makes him the greatest president since Ronald Reagan. Interesting. In August, of course, we had a down dip in the market. So far, the Dow is off 3.4%. The S&P is down 4%, and the NASDAQ down 5.3%, which of course makes Joe Biden the worst president in U.S. history because, August, how can we tolerate that? The 10-year Treasury hit its highest level in percentage payouts since November 2007. So we got a rip-roaring market with a bit of a pullback and the highest interest rates in Treasuries since November 2007. Who was president of the United States in November 2007? The answer, George Bush, the son of Herbert Walker Bush. One of the worst presidents in U.S. history. But he was good for laughs on Saturday Night Live, gotta tell you that. September, historically, is the worst month coming up for the stock markets. Since 1928, the S&P 500 has lost an average of 1.1% every year on average. And the Dow Jones has also lost 1.1% since 1896. September is traditionally one of the worst months of all time for the U.S. stock market. Did you know that? How about that action? A couple of things. Those are just a couple of points for you to kind of think and ponder about. The fact that NVIDIA came up with the greatest market surprise and the surprise earnings in almost all of history made no difference in the big picture, in the big scheme of things. NVIDIA stock got up to $510 a share on the evening and the pre-market after they announced their massive earnings surprise to the street. The stock closed Friday at $460 a share, as if the market is saying, we don't give a crap how much money you made. We don't give a damn. It's just not good enough for us. The stock this morning is $462.60. It's up $2.42. The run that the stock has had has been absolutely unbelievable. We saw the shares sitting around, what was it, 450 a share back on the 21st of August. That's a week ago. Then we broke, like I said, over 500 on the trading action. And here we are at 462 after it's all said and done. So it's just been an unbelievable, crazy run for the company. The indicated PE multiple for the stock is still 111 times. So still trading at high earnings, but they're expected to make another massive quarter of sales this upcoming quarter. And all kinds of analysts have been upping their target for the stock into the 600s and 700s. It's 462. The street's not participating in those projections yet. What else is going on? Zach, the actor? Yes. Found Uncle Bruce says, Big B, thank you, Big B, for tracking me down. I'm glad you could do it. I tried to, I've been trying to make notices on the other side there. We have technical issues with our friends at StreamYard, and so I thought, well, I'll just do this. Uncle Bruce Manager, since you talk about politics, I would like your take on Vivek, whatever his name is, Raji, UK, Vivek in the USA. We need a businessman to fix. I think it'll be a good idea. What do you think? No, we don't need a businessman to fix government or whatsoever. No, we need public servants to fix governments. We need people who are not private business oriented to fix government. America tried that back in 2016. They had a choice between an individual who had been the wife of a president, a senator in the U.S. Senate, a lawyer, a pretty smart gal, and they rejected her for a buffoon who was a television personality and a so-called billionaire that needs to raise nickels and dimes from people all over the world to pay his legal bills. And that didn't work out too well. As a matter of fact, within the first 6 months of his presidency, this guy had to pay $25 million in fines and settlements for his so-called university that was a bunch of crap. He had to pay off all kinds of penalties and fines with regards to an illegal charity that he was running that was full of kickbacks to his own family members. He had all kinds of other issues that ran into trouble, and then he had a number of his his top guys, his top men, a number of his top men ended up in jail and or are still in the clinker or are still dealing with fines with regards to all kinds of frauds that they were involved with. And then, of course, his own lawyer got put in jail, and his top CEO or CFO guy just got out of Rikers pleading guilty to fraud for his company. Now, that was tried by America, and it didn't really work. I kind of wonder what would have happened in America had Hillary Clinton been the president of the United States with a Democratic Senate and a Democratic Congress. Oh my God, the lightning speed of legislation that would have passed through to make life better for women in the United States would have been breathtaking, I would say. Of course, the good old boy network wouldn't have been happy about it, and whatever that is. Gun control, oh my God, can you imagine America under a Democratic president with the three houses? What would have happened with assault weapon bans and all kinds of safety checks for wackos getting guns without safety checks? How many fewer mass murders would there have been in the United States? I don't know. It's just, we'll never know. We'll never know. America went that direction, and now it's where it is. And guess who might be back? The show was supposed to be titled World Governments Are Asking, Will You-Know-Who Win the Next Election? I can tell you right now that all world governments of note, not dictators, but, governments that count, are actively trying to figure out what would happen if you-know-who comes back for you-know-what. And I can pretty well assure you that there are probably only about 5 or 6 governments that are happy about it. And those are the governments that are kind of causing the planet a little bit of angst right now, starting with Mr. Putin and Xi in China, the Iranians, and a few other North Koreans and a few other countries. These guys will be delighted. They would be absolutely delighted if you-know-who comes back into the White House. Oh, they can't wait. They're so excited about that. European countries, the G20, not too thrilled about the prospect that there's a chance that so-and-so might be back for 4 more years. That is not looking good. Apparently, what's-his-name made a proposal the other day to put on a 10% tariff on all imports into the United States to protect American jobs. I think that was the mantra. someone from an accounting background kind of said, oh, that would mean a tax on Americans, because you see, the tariff is not charged to the countries that are importing. The tariff is charged to the buyers of the goods, which are Americans. It would cost Americans $300 billion a year in tax increases. So a 10-year, 10% a year increase in tariffs on Americans will be $3 trillion of increased taxes on American households, rich and poor, doesn't matter. For some reason, Republicans don't seem to have a problem with that. So Republicans who want a balanced budget feel that having a $3 trillion import tax assessed on their own people by their leading candidate is okay. Just be fine, because somehow that's going to create a lot of jobs in America for Americans. This I fail to see, because if you buy a spatula from Walmart for $1.99 and it's made overseas in a third world country, and that same spatula to make in Cleveland, Ohio, or Akron, or in Tulsa, or wherever the factory is going to magically appear to make a spatula, that sucker is going to run an American $9.99 to buy. And I have a feeling that Americans are not going to buy as many spatulas, just as a start, which means there will be no factory able to make spatulas in America that will make any money, because the costs of an American-made item of that basic, technology cannot be made for 12 cents a piece, or 14 cents a piece, or 18 cents a piece in the United States. There's just no way. And then you take forks, knives, spoons, plates, bowls, cups, serviettes, tables, chairs, barbecue system, any household item, anything in your house. I mean, just walk around and look at it and ask yourself, how much would this cost if this was made in the United States by American workers, with all the costs of being in America? It would be impossible. Most households could not be afforded by most Americans, as a matter of fact, going forward. So I don't know where this miraculous thing comes from. But getting back to the world at large is really worried about it, big time. And they're thinking there's all kinds of issues here that just keep coming up and coming up. This guy is the greatest buffoon ever created on the face of the earth, and yet popular as all get up. Same in Italy with Berlusconi. He was so popular, was about to go to jail, but he died of old age. Lucky bastard. Unbelievable. It just defies the logic of the outside world. But then again, I'm not an American, so I'm just on the outside looking in, going, hey, I'm in London right now. I'm a Canadian, saying, hey, it's your problem. You guys deal with it. You figure it out. In the meantime, here in London, business is getting done. It's amazing to me how this city logistically is as incredibly important as it is. It is an amazing thing to see. When you walk the streets of London here as a tourist, you can easily get waylaid by the Big Eye, the giant Ferris wheel, and then you see the Westminster Tower, which they now call the Queen Elizabeth Tower, with Big Ben in it. People get all googly all about that. By the way, there's all kinds of guys and girls dressed up as grooms and brides in wedding gowns and tuxedos, getting their photos taken on the bridge right near Big Ben, Westminster. They want that as their wedding photos. Cabby told us that these people have been married for months. They just come here to take these photos in their bridal outfits to get the money out of their bridal outfits. Just amazing. Anyway, when you're a tourist, you're waylaid by all these sites. You're just the Houses of Parliament and Trafalgar Square and all that. But if you've been here a little longer and more than once, you walk around to, in the evening to go to a restaurant, or from a restaurant back to your hotel, you see the architecture of this place. And we're talking about architecture from the Middle Ages through the 1500s, 1800s, just pre-war and post-war and now. And you see how this city has evolved and evolved and evolved, and it's still happening. There's cranes everywhere in this city. There are construction cranes all over the place. Despite Brexit, despite the massive mistake that the United Kingdom made by voting itself out of the European Union, despite all that, they are still finding that cranes keep building new structures. And in the United Kingdom, the folks of the UK adapt, and they figure out ways to keep moving forward. And they figure out how to tolerate dictatorships in Africa, military juntas and takeovers in Thailand and other countries around the world. They just keep figuring out ways to keep dealing with it, keep moving forward through it, and they will deal with America with whatever America decides to do with itself. It doesn't matter, because America is not the number one concern in this country. It's a thing. Yeah, America is important, but America is not what everyone looks to and goes, oh, the Americans are so wonderful. They don't do that here. I'm sorry, America. It's just not the case. When you come here as a tourist from the United States, you quickly figure out you ain't king shit no more. You just aren't. You're just another country, because London deals with everybody. And so does Berlin. And so does Zurich. And so does Vienna. And so does all the other capitals of Europe. They have other problems. They got a buffoon to worry about to the east of here. And that guy's name is Putin, who has a way of screwing lives up for people who dare oppose this guy. There's an opposition politician that could be the president of Russia if he were allowed to run, but unfortunately he's in some penal colony, and they keep coming up with new charges against this guy. It's like every 6 months they add another 10-year sentence to this guy's original 2-year sentence that's now a lifetime of jail time for the rest of eternity. Otherwise they poison the guy if he gets up. Then there are people who go on private jets to fly wherever, and the jets just fall out of the sky mysteriously. And yet the investigations just take forever to figure out whatever happened to that airplane that just fell out of the sky. It was a 2-year-old jetliner, a very modern jet that many executives fly around the world, and this thing just sort of fell. It didn't like nosedive or anything like that. It wasn't shot down by a missile. It just sort of floated down to the ground and just in flames. No answers. Very, very strange. That is what this part of the world is worried about, this cuckoo over there. And that guy seems to miraculously find allies that want to help him with his hopes, dreams, and aspirations of world greatness. And it would be the number 2 economy in the world, China. It would be Brazil, India, Saudi Arabia, and others. And amazing to me that our countries deal with these countries in a very, very public and positive way. It's quite amazing how the world, I guess there's business, and then there's personal hopes, dreams, and aspirations. And boy, business is a pretty big deal. The almighty chase for the currency is, he who has the gold makes the deals. Quite amazing. Anyway, this town is filled with people from around the world who come here, and you hear it at the breakfast room. Here in this hotel, we have a buffet that we go to every morning. Breakfast is included in our stay here. And you hear languages that you don't hear back home, openly spoken. There's no hush-hush talk in a person's native language here. People are freely speaking, whether it's Italian, or whether it's from Spain or Portugal, or whether they're from China, or whether they're from anywhere. They speak their language without fear, without compromise, without any kind of judgment on them. It is quite different than back home where I come from. It's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. Anyway, the jets, generally, they keep coming in here. A380s all day long. I see them from British Airways, Lufthansa, Emirates, Qatar Airways, Singapore Airlines. And then the A350s from everywhere, 777s, 787s, everywhere. Heathrow is just every minute and a half another plane lands, another one, another one, another one. I think it's 100 million people a year land in Heathrow, land or take off. That would be 2 million a week. That's 105,000 people per day that come, no, 150,000 per day that come in through Heathrow. And 150,000 people a day, divide that by maybe 20 hours of operation, although the airport is open 24 hours a day. But divide by 20, that's 7,500 people an hour that come through Heathrow. That means you have to have 7,500 people land and take off every hour from Heathrow. Atlanta can hold that kind of number. Chicago's close, O'Hare. JFK is 50, 60 million, about half of that. LAX is 70, 80 million people. There are USA airports that are close, but Heathrow is consistently in the top 3 of the most active airports on the planet. And you see the planes overhead London all the time. It is truly something how many people come in for pleasure and also for business. And there is business done here. Let me tell you, a ton of business is done here. And it is quite interesting to see the different neighborhoods of London and different types of people that are here coming in and going out. It's fascinating, absolutely fascinating. Thank you all so much for being with me today. 3 minutes to go until we start trading today. I hope you're having an okay day. I'm sorry about this video. I tried desperately to get the video up today on Stock Markets with Bruce. It just didn't work. For whatever reason, StreamYard just wasn't able to do it. So we're here on this live link. 161 of you have managed to stick around and hang out with the old timer. I appreciate that. 86 of you have found your way to hit the thumbs up button. I do appreciate that. If you're at all interested in how we do what we do, please hit the thumbs up button. It would be very kind of you to do such a thing. I appreciate it. Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll try to stay on for another hour or so, hopefully, without getting attacked by trolls. It's great to see you all here today. Anyway, there you have it. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. 464 is where NVIDIA's at right now. It's up about $4. Trying to get a little bit back. We have the Dow ahead of us now by about, with a few minutes to go, 158. Got a minute to go. Larry Titus, I'm not sure if Larry can hit the bells on this. Hopefully he can. We're up 159 on the Dow. We're up 21 on S&P, and we're up 98 on NASDAQ. 0.5% for the NASDAQ, for the Dow and S&P, and about 2/3 of a point for NASDAQ. Oil is up 16 cents right now at $79.99 a barrel in Texas. That's the story. I'm sticking to that too. There you go, kids. Thank you all for joining me today from around the world, of course. I feel kind of like London. I know you joined me from everywhere, and it's great to have you here. Thank you very much. 94 thumbs ups, and Cindy says, I was number 92. Thank you, Cindy, so much for that. Manager, I prefer to get it repaired and then get some repaired to the bill. I know what he's talking about. Spicy, I'm number 94. Thank you, Spicy Android, for 94th thumbs up on this show today. It's great to see you all here. We seem to be cranking it up right now. I think we're just about to crank up the show and get things going. Fantastic. And there it is. Larry has rung the bells. There they are on the screen. Thank you, Larry, very much for this. Appreciate it. You are the man. And that is absolutely a wonderful thing. I appreciate it. It looks like, and I again, forgive me if I'm wrong on this because my ability to give you quotes is limited by my devices here, but I think we're up 162 on the Dow, and I think we're up 20 on S&P and about 100 on NASDAQ. It seems to me what it looks like at the moment. I'm going to try to go to CNBC.com. Yeah, Dow is showing up 163 on there. S&P up 21. NASDAQ up about 101. Oil up 19 cents. There you go. That's what I saw. Well, welcome all to the show here from London in the United Kingdom. Really glad you could make it and join us today. And I hope you don't mind, but we have to do the show on this phone today because the link, for whatever reason, isn't working too well. we do the best we can with what we have. What can I say? We try to kind of get it going. Thank you, everyone, for popping in and seeing us. It's great to have you here. Right now, NVIDIA looks like it's up 464 at the moment. Now, let me take a peek at some of our favorite other things here. Let me just put my phone angle over there if I can. Let's see, what do we have here? If we can get this going over to here, and we'll go over to there. I got to hit some buttons to make this work for me. There we go. And of course, I have to now move you over to this side because I forgot. Oh, not too much. We don't want to put Jen on the air. I'll be a dead man walking. There we go. Rocket Lab seems to be ahead by maybe 9 cents. Let me refresh that. Yeah, 8 cents higher, 3 cents on SoFi. GameStop is up 14. Matterport maybe a penny better. 23andMe up about 3. Over here on Smart Rent, we're up 5 cents. Apple up about $1 right now. Goldman 270. Cisco up 19 cents. Tesla's up 296 a share. ARK up 38. Microsoft up 195. Pfizer up 8. HPQ up 16. Alphabet, that's Google, up 136. Amazon up just 31 cents right now. NVIDIA down 135, I think. Am I right? No, I could be right. I could be wrong. I could be in the middle. Hang on a second. It looks like it's negative $1 or something. Let me just triple check. Yeah, down $1.35 on NVIDIA right now. Now I see it down 120. Unity up 41. AI, that is C3.ai Inc., is down 17 cents at 28.98, I believe. Adobe is up 31 cents. Netflix up 17. Spiders are up 253, and triple Qs are up 240. My advice to you today on options writing, if you're going to do any iron condor work, I would recommend that you take a look at creating iron condors that don't expire this Friday, but expire next Friday. You want to look at September, I think those are September 8th, if I'm not mistaken. You want to look at condors out there, and the reason I'm saying this is because you want to take advantage of the shrinkage you're going to get through Labor Day, which is next week Monday. We're closed next week Monday, and we're going to lose a trading day in its entirety. And that is an opportunity for you to make a little bit of money on this lack of time available to trade contracts. They just depreciate at a faster rate. If you're going to go out to September 8, the reasoning in my brain is, let me just double check everything here. The reasoning here is, there we go. You can write contracts that have longer to live, which will allow you to write further out of the money contracts. That's what I'm trying to get at here. We're at 442, 443 on the Spire right now, the SPY ETF. If you want to write puts, you could take a look at maybe, maybe you can write puts around the 425 neighborhood, $17 out of the money, $16 out of the money. You get about 78 cents for those, and then you pick up puts that might be 415s for 30 odd cents and score a 40-cent credit on that side of the trade. And then on the call side, where there might be a little more optimism, I don't know for sure, but you could probably look to write, maybe you could write 450s, get about 89 cents for those, and then buy 460s for 10 cents, 8 cents, maybe even buy 457.5s for 14, 15 cents and get a nice credit on that side. Add the two credits up and get $1.20, something like that. The more the merrier. By doing that, the two sides, the calls and the puts, are so far out of the money that over the next 3-4 days, this week alone, if the market sits around this 440 to 450 level, all these contracts are going to shrink out to very little values. They're going to go down into the low double digits. They'll be 10, 20 cents each. You may find that you can close out your position either by this Friday, knowing there's only 4 trading days left, or Tuesday after the long weekend. If you go further out, though, and this is another thought, September 15th, even though the Labor Day is coming up on the 4th, you go out to September 15 rights. you might be able to bring in some real nice credits. For example, on the put side, you can write 420s and get $1.15. These are 23 out of the money. 420s will become 10 cents each in like 9-10 days from now. They'll be down to a dime if this market is as far out of the money. So you could sell 420s and haul in about $1.15, and then write 410s for 57 cents as a starter, knowing that in about 3-4 days from now, by the end of the week, you will likely shift these. If the market is still in this neighborhood, you'll move up to 420s on the written puts, and you'll buy 415 puts within only $5 of your puts, taking your spread from $1,000 a contract to $500, and again adding to your premium. On the call side right now, you could look at writing 452s for 112, 115. 453s might get you almost $1. And then you would buy 463s for 13 cents. So pull in about 85 to 90 cents credit there. Pull in a credit on the put side. Get as close to $2 as you can on credits, knowing that your ultimate spread on these contracts between calls and puts will be $5 each as you do rollovers, as you get closer into time. And your odds of winning that trade are going to be 85%, 90%. Depending on, of course, the volatility of the markets, but being this far out, almost $20 on each side or $15 on each side or whatever you can pull off, smart move to make. And if this isn't good enough for you and you want even more protection, go out to my birthday, September the 22nd. That's my birthday. Go out there and write calls and puts, participate in calls and puts out there. You can get into 410s on the put side. That is $32 out of the money. 410s for $1.03 or so, and then pick up maybe, 400s around 55, 60 cents. There's a 50 cent spread ballpark. And on the call side, on the call side, you can look at writing 455s. That's $13 out of the money. Those are $1.04. If you wrote those and then just bought 460s at a quarter, something like that, you'll pull 75 cents more premium in. There's a nice credit to start the whole deal here, and then you slowly but surely tighten the noose on the call and put side as we go by in time and we run out of time through Labor Day. You may not even be in this trade by the end of into the middle of next week. You might be involved through Labor Day into Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you shut the whole thing down and walk away with a bunch of money. Look into that. All right, so there's a thought there. Now that can be done not only on index options. This can be done on other stocks. This can be done on Netflix if you have the wherewithal to want to do it. This can be done on Tesla. This can be done on Apple. You can go 2-3 weeks out in time with these iron condors, looking for $15, $20 of protection on the call and put side. That's $40 of spread. Okay. Back to that SPY. If your spread is $40 between high and low, that's 400 S&P 500 points. It's 10 to 1. That's pretty high. But if you can go Tesla and go $60 on each side or $50 on each side, that's a $100 spread for the stock to sort of play in around. You'll be paid a nice premium the further out you go. And as we come closer in time, you will start tightening the puts and the calls a little bit here and there. If the markets are going higher, you'll leave the calls alone and you'll start tightening the puts and bringing in more premiums over here. If the market then backs off, you'll start bringing the calls down. You'll slowly, respectfully keep a distance between the market with your calls and your puts. But as time goes on, you will increase the credit in your hand for these trades, and this could give you a very nice return on your overall deal. Anyway, these are just thoughts from your buddy Uncle Bruce. Hope you don't mind. Thank you everybody for being here. Anyway, there it is. Spire's here. Zach is here. Thank you. Coyote's here. Larry Titus, Spicy Dude, Manager Cindy, Zach, Barracuda, Hector's here. Welcome all to the show. I'm glad you're all here. I'm glad you could make it. It's nice to have you join us today. And again, thank you all so much for being a part of the channel and part of the whole 9 yards. I'm glad you're here. Sorry we're not on our regular channel today. StreamYard was just giving us the circle of death, and we're just not able to go anywhere on it today, unfortunately, and so we're kind of dead in the water over there. But those of you who are here, I appreciate very much that you've joined us, and thank you for these 104 thumbs up so far on this show. 151 of you are here on the audience. It's nice to have you here. Zach and Spire are putting up the neat emojis, and why not? I can't argue with that. Appreciate all of you being part of this gang of regulars, and appreciate you all being part of the show. Like I say, we're in a logistic here where we just cannot get our screen to work. We have a black screen of death today on the YouTube channel, and I'm going to shortly shut that thing off and let it just die. There it goes. We're going to kill that broadcast over there and let it just fade away, and we'll just be here for now. And if you're one of the 159 who found me, I appreciate you finding me. I don't know how, but you found me. I appreciate that. And there you go. Uncle Bruce, Charlie asks, would you be afraid of triple Qs that expire on the 15th of September? Let me take a look at the Qs before I answer this question, because I got to bring this thing all the way down here on my big ass iPad and see if I can make this work. There we are. All right. It looks like the triple Qs are around 365, 366. And Charlie's saying, I would do these 335, 345 puts, which are about $20 out of the money. And then I would do 383.93 on the call side. And that would be almost $17 out of on the call side. I wouldn't be afraid of this trade, but I would be very respectful of this trade. And what I mean by that is just, watching the markets fluctuate. And if the Qs move more than $5 either direction, you want to be right on top of these calls and puts. There will be times where you may shift your calls further up or your puts further down out of necessity, and there are other times where you can shift your calls or puts because of a credit increase, because a market has moved $5 or $7 or $8 in either direction. So yeah, respect that and be willing to deal with it if necessary. But yeah, I think that's an okay way to go. Hopefully you can bring a nice credit in on that. Chase Rosita Parker, neat. Thank you very much for the neat emojis. We gotta honor the Knights of Knee here. Looks like GameStop is disconnecting slowly and steadily away from AMC, or was AMC already on Friday below 12? Asks Spire, I haven't had a chance to look at the AMC quote today. I don't even know what it's trading at. Because again, I'm having technical issues today here with my systems, so I don't quite know where AMC actually is and what it's actually up to, and I can't quite easily pop it up as quick as I'd like. Let me see if this works. AMC Entertainment, 12.18, down 25 cents, which puts it at what, $1.21, almost $1.22. Pre-split last week, and so it has been an out-and-out disaster for AMC common shareholders the last 3 weeks, where they have seen 70% of their value get eviscerated. It's only going to get worse. I'm sorry to say, there are no better days coming for AMC. The next move that is anticipated will be where the corporation will try to arrange a placement of stock to raise cash to pay off debt. That is the plan at the company's board, in the boardroom of that company. They desperately need to raise $3 billion, $4 billion minimum to knock off corporate debt and drop interest expenses down, 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 so that they actually make money. But unfortunately, whatever money they make will be divided into many more shares, and that will ultimately dictate what the stock will trade at. If the company were to make, 20 cents a share profit, their future might be $6, 30 times earnings, 20 times earnings would be $4. If they could make 50 cents profit a share, say 2 years from now, 20 times earnings would be justifying a $10 stock price. It's right now at 12. $30 multiple, 15, whatever it is. So yeah, the company needs to seriously reduce its debt load to have any kind of home. I don't know. Anyway, there it is. If Barbenheimer can't save AMC, nothing can, says Waverly. And let's see, Dingo style, not kingish. Okay, I don't know what this means. Welcome all to the program. Nice to have you here. I'm just sorry for people who got hoodwinked into AMC by all of those promoters and good wishing people who had really good intentions, hoping that AMC would be a winner for their followers of their channels. There were dozens of YouTube channels out there that were promoting AMC as the greatest thing ever, and all kinds of theoretical, ideas were thrown at the company. It could merge with this company, it could do this, it could do that. At the end of the day, though, AMC has to answer to their bankers. The bankers kept the company alive during the COVID shutdown, and the company had to raise billions of dollars from bankers to satisfy rental payments and whatever other obligations they had. Now they need money, man. They need movies to attract the public in a big way, and they need to generate as much capital as they can to pay down their bankers who saved them during the 2-year lockdown. It's nothing complicated. It's nothing personal. It's just the way it is. But they've had to make serious logistical moves. They've doubled the number of shares outstanding already by issuing those preferred shares. Now they've converted the preferreds into commons, done the 10-for-1 rollback. They have annihilated their investors. Remember, when the stock hits $70 a share for a nanosecond, that's like it's trading at $700 right now. You're never going to see that. It's never going to happen. Trump arraignment set for September 6th in Georgia election case. Headline just broke through. Interesting stuff. Anyway, there it is. The margins are tight, says Waverly. Yeah, it's going to be tough for AMC to make a go of it in a big profit kind of way. I see them surviving enough to cash flow through their debts, but it's going to take billions of fresh cash to take care of the IOUs they have. And I don't know why any entity out there wants to throw $100 million into AMC to help them pay down their debt. The stock isn't going anywhere. I mean, unless they're issuing the stock for $1, but then they're going to need to sell billions of shares at $1. I mean, it's a lose-lose situation. If they issue stock at $10 a share to new investors, you won't have to issue as many, but the shares have no upside unless you raise enough money to pay off all the debt, all of it. But even then, you're going to have 1.1 billion shares out there, of which 100 million are held by the common shareholders right now. That means a 90% dilution or more. A 90% dilution again for all shareholders of the company right now. That's what the future of this stock is. Sorry to say. If they were to pay it all off, if they could pay off a quarter of the debt, then they'd issue 250 million shares at a 10 spot for $10. That would be 2.6 billion shares out in total. That would still wipe out the current existing shareholder. I mean, it's just not pretty. It is not. Well, 250 million would be 250 million shares would make 350 million out, and that would be a 2/3 dilution of existing shareholders. So it's not going to be pretty. It's just no way. Even at $10 a share, that's $1 a share to the existing shareholders. That's what that means, and then that'll go down to 33 cents. I don't like it. That means they're not qualified for listing. It's one bad piece of news after another. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Are you concerned the same is going to happen to Spire, Bruce, when they do these reverse? Well, Spire doesn't need to raise $5 billion to survive. Spire has no debt. They have money in the bank. Spire is doing a share rollback to adhere to New York Stock Exchange listing requirements. Luckily, for good news for Spire shareholders, there will not be a 90% dilution of value to the company by the company issuing a bunch of stock to the open market to survive. They don't need to raise any money to survive. They're about to make money in their existing format. They're just about at break even now to start adding to the pot. The question is, on Spire's mind, followers, how much money can they make? How fast can they make it? And how much per share does that come out to? Is Spire going to make $1 a share 5 years from now? Are they going to earn $1 a share and trade at 20 times earnings, which is $20 a share after the split? Or are they able to make $5 a share in 5 years after the split? 20 times earnings is $100 a share with an 8-for-1 rollback. What's that? $12.50. That would put at $12.50 today. Is that the future of Spire? No one is saying. No one can say, because I don't think anyone knows the answer to that question. That's what Spire is doing. They don't need to raise $500 million or $1 billion to take care of IOUs. They don't have any IOUs. They're debt free and they're cash heavy. Are they going to buy somebody? Are they going to take somebody else over that it's cash flowing cash that they're going to add to their business? Or are they a takeover target? Is that the ultimate? Are they going to do their rollback and then be approached by company blah for a takeover? We'll take your stock for our stock. Let's work a deal. And how will Spire shareholders feel? The million possibilities. I just don't know what it is. I don't know what the answer is going to be. That only the future will likely bring us. I've got no way of knowing. Anyway, there it is. Yeah. Frustrating, isn't it? It is what it is. Welcome all to the show. Welcome all to the program. I'm glad you're here. I see myself right now on the air here on YouTube. 116 thumbs ups. It is. Thank you for 116. Appreciate it. 155 of you are here. Thank you all for being here. Fabulous. I'm wondering if I can do this. Oh, I think I can. I think it's time to let the Knights of Ni know that we respect them and that we're glad they're here in the UK to protect us all and our stock positions. We must honor the Knights of Ni with a little knee attack all over the screen of this phone. Those of you who are out there, hit the knee emojis and show your love for the Knights of Ni. Options Nomads, knee, there they come. The Option Nomads people are in there. They're right on top of the Knights of Ni attack. Thank you all for being part of the Knights of Ni Brigade. Larry Titus, knee, absolutely. Thank you very much, my friend. Aria's here. Knee, Spire, knee. There's no end to the knee attack. Here comes Chase, Rosita Parker, and D.H. Ruda. Knee. Don't forget us. From around the world, the knee attack is underway. There is nowhere in the planet you are safe from a knee attack. John Anderson is here. Spire TV. I'm in a subway now. I'm hitting the knee emojis. Thank you, Spire, for that. What kind of computer software programmer figured out a way to allow someone like Spire to launch a knee emoji attack from a subway car underneath the surface in Dortmund, Germany? How the hell does that work? I don't know how. I have the imagination of these kids today. I gotta say, something else. I'm honored by all of you being here and helping out with the knee emoji attack, of course. Spire, dude is here. Knee. Thank you all. 121 thumbs ups have come in now. Thank you for 121 on this low budget show today. It is much appreciated. You guys are the best. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You guys are just the best viewers a YouTuber could possibly have, and I thank you all so very much for that. What can I tell you? We've got a market that looks to be trying to go higher. 271 on the Dow. S&P is up 25. Nasdaq is up 73. Excuse me. Good to see that. What else is going on here? Dollar gain on oil. $80.83. There you have it. Deep value options, more knee emojis, spicy Android, more knee emojis are coming in. Thank you all. Knee. The attack continues from those of you who are watching. Some of you are on a delayed basis, and so it takes like a minute for the message to get to you. Some of you may need to do a refresh on your systems to be caught up with me, but that's all right. I appreciate you. 122 thumbs ups, and the knee emojis just keep coming in. There is no end to that. Fantastico, I say to all of that. Thank you all so very much for your support of this channel. Rocket Lab is ahead by 14 cents. SoFi seems to be unchanged. We got GameStop up 87 now to $18 a share. Matterport seems to be ahead by about 2.5 cents. Nothing on 23andMe that I can tell you. Spire maybe half a penny better. ATIP 37 cents better at 7.30. Smart Rent up 7 cents. We got Apple up 83, Goldman's up 5.87, Cisco up 23, Tesla down 25 cents. Arc Innovation's up a dime. Microsoft is up by 2. Pfizer looks like it's a gain of 6 now. HPQ 59-cent gain to 31.43. Google up 147. Amazon is down 97 cents. Nvidia down $8.12 to 4.52. These guys can't catch a break no matter how much money they make. They've talked about the fact that they're going to buy $25 billion of stock back. They bought $7.5 billion last quarter. They're going to buy another $25 billion the next year. Their numbers are sky high. Their projections are sky high, above what the street projected. Stock's off to 453. So there you go. Unity up a dime. AI is actually up 36 cents to 29.51. Adobe up 68 cents. Netflix down a nickel. Spiders are up 2.67. Triple Qs are up $2 at 3.66. Welcome one and welcome all to the show. And I'm glad you're all here. It's great to have you with us. By the way, those of you who are curious what Jen and I are up to here in London, if you go to my other channels, Traveling with Bruce, I uploaded a video last night on that channel. It's about 19 minutes long, showing some of the sights. We went on a wonderful boat tour of the Thames River. Fantastic. It was great. Went all the way to Greenwich and back and walked around Greenwich a little bit. There's some video there and some commentary. Anytime you want to check it out, hit that thumbs up button. If you like that video over there, give that a thumbs up as well. Appreciate you. Thank you, Beach. I'm not here. You just think I am. And Luca, welcome. Neat. Spire, neat. Option Nomad's the other half. Knee emojis, Bruce. I know you're there. You know, I know, you know. We know you're there too. Thank you for popping in and saying hi to us. Fantastic city here, London. And the country is just rolling along despite Brexit. It's unbelievable. The tourism alone is adding to this city's economy like you would not believe. We went the other day to the Churchill underground war rooms. That was something. We saw that. That was the first thing I think we saw was the Churchill War Rooms. And that was, they left those. They have preserved the war rooms almost exactly the way they were at the end of the war. They did a phenomenal job, the folks with the history museums and so on. An absolute phenomenal job to allow the public a glimpse of what once was a top secret facility, the war rooms of the Second World War. They showed us models of how they beefed up the building, and they also showed us in parts of the building they cut away the roof a little bit to show us the supports above the basement of how that building was fortified during the war itself, refortified to handle the German bombs in case a direct hit were to happen. Now, the Germans didn't know where the war rooms were, and so bombs are just falling everywhere, but this was something else. I really do appreciate it. They had a special museum display area for, of course, Winston Churchill, and the photographs and archival footage, and absolutely amazing. And these rooms where the people with the maps, the people with the radios, the people, just, the people looking after the people, the cooks, and the accommodation for staff and everything else. Pretty interesting to see. And of course, 1945 technology is what's on display. The leading technology of the day was on display there, including a direct phone line to the White House, to Roosevelt, a scrambled direct phone line that they had set up. Phenomenal. I mean, it's just insanity. The ingenuity of the people at the time. There's also an Enigma machine on display that you can see, where the Allies had broken the code of the German high command, and they knew a lot of information the Germans did not know that the Allies knew. It's fascinating. Original copies of Enigma messages given to Churchill, 200 a day were coming in. They were giving Churchill the top 30, 40 most important ones that he needed to know about. Some of the mundane stuff he didn't have to worry about, but fascinating. Really something else. So we've enjoyed our time here. It's really been a pleasure to be here and to enjoy the sights of London. There's so much to see here. Depending on what you're into. You're into the Second World War, you're going to love this town. You're into Shakespearean times, you're going to love this town. You're into post Second World War history. There's a lot of it here. It's just an amazing city. Roman time history, right all the way up. Absolutely fascinating. So, yeah, we're definitely enjoying our stay here. We have a 247-point gain on the Dow, 3/4 of a point. S&P is up 26.75, almost 2/3 of a point. NASDAQ is up 2/3 of a point, up 89 points right now. Oil up 96 cents at the moment. That's where we're at right now. And the Spire saying, "Oh, your video's on my to-do list. I'll watch that." Double D, what is the Spire split going to be? What was it? Did they announce that split? Was it 6-1, 8-1? Do we know? I know someone mentioned it the other day. If anyone could mention it again, I'd appreciate that. I'm sure Double D would appreciate it. Double D wants to know, what is the split on the Spire shares? If anyone could tell us, that would be terrific, okay? There you go. What else? What else is going on here? Thank you all for popping through here. Appreciate all of your kind messages. We're getting emails left, right, and center right now from all over the place, all about the video we posted last night, the what we're doing today. There are folks out there telling me they're coming to the meet and greet, and I want to thank you folks. A number of you have responded to my request, and I will mention it again. We're going to have a meet and greet for this channel, Stock Markets with Bruce, on October the 21st. That's a Saturday. And it's going to be at a place known as the Harmony Suites Hotel. It used to be a Embassy Suites hotel. It's a hotel with a huge atrium in the middle. We're negotiating with those folks for a party room of some kind. I need to know, when you can, how many of you would like to attend the meet and greet. And I've asked you, if you wouldn't mind, to send me an email, which you can find on my homepage. It's brucefrommert@hotmail.com. If you've ever attended a class, you have my email. Please send me an email letting me know who's coming. Are you coming with a friend? 2-3 people are ganging up, or are you coming? How many? Are you coming on your own? Let me know, all right? And I very much appreciate those of you letting me know that you are definitely coming with your wife, your husband, your friend, or on your own. It's helping. It's going to help me tremendously because I need to know what kind of refreshments amount we need, how much in snacks we need. The hotel is willing to, can handle any quantity. I just don't know how many the quantity is. If there's 20 of you, then we'll set the room up for 20 to 25. If there's 35, 40 of you, we'll set it up for 40 to 50. If there's 70 to 80, we'll set it up for 100. I have no idea how many of you would like to join us, but if you can join us in Secaucus, New Jersey, that is the actual jurisdiction. If you're coming in from Manhattan, it's easy as pie. You only have to get yourself down to the Port Authority, which of course any subway and whatever will get you to. But from the Port Authority, there is a bus that goes to Secaucus, New Jersey, that literally, and I mean literally, will drop you off in front of the hotel itself. You get off the bus and you walk into the lobby. And when you leave, you walk across the street from the lobby to the stop that'll take you right back to the Port Authority. No parking issues, no nothing. These bus services run from 7 in the morning until midnight or something like that. The event, the blessed event, the meet and greet get together with Jennifer and I, we're plotting noon until about 5 o'clock is kind of the time zone for this. We'll define it very shortly in the next few weeks. We'll narrow that down to, but you can show up any time in that time window if you like. It's going to basically be come and see us, say hi to us, and meet the fellow viewers of this channel. We'll have name tags with everyone's channel name on there and real name on there. So some of you will meet each other that you talk to all the time here on the air or on Reddit. And you can catch up with us. And so we're very much looking forward to meeting you. I don't know how many of these we will ever be doing, but at age 68, we're coming out. And we're going to stop on the way home from Europe. We're going to stop in New York, and we're organizing this meet and greet for this channel. Saturday, October the 21st, coming up in Secaucus, New Jersey at the Harmony Suites. The Harmony Suites. Let me know if you want to come to that. There's no charge. It's on me. Come on out, and we'd love to have you. So there you go. Okay, that would be absolutely fabulous. Kareem, I got you. I've got you, Kareem. You're there. A number of the regulars have already said hello, and they're coming, and we're looking forward to it very, very much. All right. Thank you all so very much for this. 127 thumbs ups and counting. Thank you. 148 of you are here. Nice to have you here. Let's see here. Flint Creek picked up a ticket to see an opera at the Met Friday night, planning a museum trip or two as well. Beach Boy, sorry, Bruce, I'm not coming to the pies thing, so no need to save a pie. On the other hand, if you come over here, Flint Creek, Depeche Mode fans, there's a concert in New Jersey Saturday night the same day. You can check out Uncle Bruce and Depeche Mode. Spire, Uncle Bruce, please do one next year as well. There you go. Absolutely fabulous. Very, very good. Yeah, this would be great. I'm looking forward to see if a bunch of you can show up for it. That would be really nice. No cost to attend. Absolutely no charge. Come on over. And if you want to make a donation towards the cause, well, you're certainly welcome to do that. So many of you make donations all the time. I appreciate it. But this is our way of giving back a little bit to those of you who are coming out to that event. Look forward to it. We're up 257 on the Dow now. We're up 27 on S&P, 92 on NASDAQ. 3/4 of a point gain on the Dow. It's the winner. S&P is up 0.62, NASDAQ 0.66, 2/3 of a point. Oil up 92 cents at $80.75. That is the story of this market so far. And there you go. All right. Fabulous, all. Thank you so much for being with me today, and Jennifer. It is so much appreciated. We've been Very happy to be able to still catch up with you folks and keep an eye on these markets. We're watching out of the corner of our eye. If any of you are looking for a one-on-one session with yours truly, send me a private email at brucefarmer@hotmail.com, and I will see what our schedules are, yours and mine, and figure out the time change and see what's going on. I'm sure we'll find a way to make this happen. And we'll get together to review how you're doing and what you are in need of helping out with. Those of you who've been checking out the classes, thank you very much. Number 16 is available now, and I appreciate all of you who are picking up class number 16. The Iron Condor class, it has become one of the most popular videos we've ever done, and I have had gazillions of emails from you telling us, letting me know how you're doing on these iron condors. And some of you have been asking me some ideas and thoughts and some advice. Again, the one-on-ones are the perfect way to review how you're doing on your iron condor trading, because it gives us time to sort of look together at the option chains together. Whether we're live during the market or whether we're doing it after hours, it doesn't matter. But if you would like to have a one-on-one, you let me know, and we'll see if we can get together on that. Okay? Thank you all so very, very, very much for your participation today on this show. It is very much appreciated. Alrighty, that's about it. I think I'm going to say my goodbyes now and get off the old telephone here. 130 thumbs ups and counting. Thank you, guys. We'll catch you tomorrow. Hopefully things are working normally tomorrow well, actually, I won't catch you tomorrow. I have to admit, tomorrow is travel day. We're headed to Liverpool tomorrow, actually, so I will not be on the air tomorrow. We will be training it over there. Wednesday, I'm going to attempt to do a show as best I can. Thursday is travel day to Dortmund. Won't be on the air. Friday, probably not. So you're not going to see much of us at this point. I might be doing a couple of quick videos, just to do little snippets, but you have to sort of stand by for that as we kind of figure it all out here. But thank you all for being with me today under these circumstances. We do the best we can with what little we have. So until probably Wednesday, this is Uncle Bruce saying thank you so much for your fantastic support of this YouTuber's channel. Jen and I much appreciate it. We will catch up with you from Liverpool if we can. And then after that, it'll likely be next week out of out of Hamburg, and then Copenhagen. Oh my goodness, it gets more exciting every day as we begin the moving about, out and about, as we go from one locale to another locale. Thank you guys for all your support. Have a great rest of your day today. Make a bunch of money out there. Keep me posted on how you're doing with emails. Just send me an email. Let me know if there's anything I can try to help you with or help you figure out. And we'll see how it all goes. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you for your support. This is Bruce from London in the United Kingdom, wishing you a wonderful day, a profitable week, and best wishes. And we will see you very soon for the next show. All right, everybody, take care and bye for now.